ruler, Pataslam. I wanna know who owns the land. Who wanna know who owns the land? Okay, now listen carefully. Chinese are ruling the Chinese land. Japan is ruled by Japanese. England is governed by Englishmen. America is governed by Americans.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my apologies for that technical issue there. Unfortunately, the cameras seem to have suddenly developed a delay which we just cannot figure out at the moment. But I hope that you will all manage with us tonight. Let's get the message across, and then we can take care of the technical issues here in the studio. Thank you once more for joining, especially those of you on Ground Zero who have been sitting and waiting and waiting and waiting. It is not easy here. It takes 2 days for me to come to you with a presentation, and I mean 2 days of putting stuff together. I don't want to go into the details of it. We don't have a staff here that does things for me. So we have to take a lot of time to get this done. So please bear with us. You can only get better. Again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For all of you on Ground Zero, Ground One, in the diaspora, in Europe, the UK, South America, and of course, all of North America, including Canada. It's a privilege to be with you. I got a lot of exciting information to bring to you today. So please, for those of you who are watching by way of Facebook, go ahead and quickly give me the numbers. Quickly give me the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Quickly give me the numbers. Hit your share button and get everybody joining. Get everyone joining to hit the share button. As I observed a few minutes ago, I can see that there is a delay. There is a delay on the camera. I believe you are seeing it over there, but let's ignore that for today. We'll get that fixed. But for the moment, let's focus on the message. I come to you with very exciting broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, as informative and educative as usual. So please, again, for those of you who are watching by way of Facebook, I see the numbers are jumping. Please hit that share button. I got some very exciting guests to bring to you. I'm sure all of you out there remember the Amber Woman. The Amber Woman in Australia who squeezed her way to bow before the Australian Prime Minister to beg for mercies for Ambazonia. I'm going to be having her tonight and having a brief interview with her about that courage she put on, that fit she put on that day. So please, before I bring her in, before I bring Lillian in, please, for those of you on Facebook, hit the share button. And of course, I'm also going to be talking about developments from Ground Zero. Comrade Langmi will be here, and our foreign secretary, Dr. Elad, will be here. Dr. Patience Abidu will be here. And of course, the Undersecretary also for our Home Affairs will also be here. It's a packed full house. It's a packed full house. Please do me the favor, for those of you on Facebook, hit your share button. Hit your share button quickly as I bring you this broadcast. Also tonight, I will be talking about the connection between Moja and Colonial Prime Minister Dion Ngute. Moja and the Colonial Prime Minister Dion Ngute. I will also be bringing you some information on the United Nations trucks, armored trucks that we saw in Yaoundé the other day. We were told by French Cameroon authorities that those trucks marked with United Nations logo were destined for the Central African Republic. But apparently, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting information that some of those trucks are going down to Ambazonia, and I think I mentioned this before. I will be talking about that too. And we are talking about the bigger picture, which is the crumbling of La République du Cameroon. They are not only crumbling in the battlefront, they are crumbling economically. The IMF and the World Bank are behind La République du Cameroon. And corruption is also taking a toll on that country. I'll be coming to that, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, I will visit also a short message that was delivered yesterday. I think it was yesterday or Saturday in Boya by Archbishop Andrew Nke, when he essentially indicted French Cameroon politicians and of course Ambazonian wannabe French Cameroon citizens politicians. For the first time, Archbishop Andrew Nke spoke like a man of the people, the bishop for the people. Of course, when they do good things, we praise them. When they do bad, we go after them, ladies and gentlemen. We will give that to him. So, these are the things I'm going to be talking about tonight. And again, I want to believe that you go ahead and you hit that share button. 380. Oh, 300, almost 400 right now. The numbers are jumping. Hit your share button, ladies and gentlemen. I title this broadcast today, The Power of the Amber Woman. The Power of the Amber Woman. That is the title, the subject of this broadcast today. And I did that very, very intentionally because I think something is happening, not just in the diaspora, but also on ground zero. We see women increasingly standing up again and again and again to the crumbling regime in La République du Cameroon. They were killing our people and they thought if they can kill as many as possible, we surrender. Unfortunately, that isn't happening. Now, before I take you into that, before I take you into the broadcast, I'd like you to take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let me remind you quickly here about the Amber World Draft for 2021. The Amber World Draft for 2021 is by the corner. But we can never say this enough. We can never say this enough. You don't have to wait until the day of the draft to draft for your county or to draft for your LGA. The draft is going on. Please locate your LGA, locate your county, and draft for 2021. So, the firepower that we find going on ground zero, can just keep on coming on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to take a moment, look at this footage here that I want to bring to you. Take a look at this footage here, ladies and gentlemen. You all know this guy. Take a look at this footage. This is the guy they call Muja. Now, they arrested this guy, they picked up this guy that you see flowing in blood last Saturday. They tortured him. Now, this is what we have learned, ladies and gentlemen. This guy you see on your screen, the guy they tortured, he is one of those who escaped from Amber camp in Kumba to the DDRO Center in Boya. Now, Moja caught him wherever they pick him in Boya and they torture him. You can see him flowing in the pool of his own blood. And he was tortured by Moja under the pretext this guy is Amber. Of course, this guy is not Amber. Again, he was picked up in Boya. He is in Boya at the DDRO Center for those of you who want to leave your camps and surrender to the DDR center, I am warning you, this is what will happen to you. La République du Cameroon have no friends. They don't have permanent friends. You leave your camps, you leave your hideout to go and surrender to La République du Cameroon. This is exactly what they will do to you. This guy left his camp, surrendered to the DDR center in Boya. Now, Wonja, they call him. Wonja, or Moja, is it the name? They call him, they picked him up, got him severely tortured, and they call him an amber. That guy is in an amber. Now, look at this here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Look at that young man. Look at that young man, flowing in his own blood. And the scumbag, the coward, is there laughing and smiling. But that is not the most important thing, ladies and gentlemen. That's not the most important thing. I want you to see something. Now look at this footage here, and I will have you to listen to the audio of that footage. Listen to it, please. Listen to it.
While fighting, I'm not going to
fight with unity.
I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm not above the law. Yes. We'll just have to tell them that we too can stop them.
I know.
Thanks very much.
I want to congratulate you for good work here.
Thank
you very much.
While fighting, I'm not going to
fight with unity.
I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm not above the law. Yes. We'll just have to tell them that we too can stop them.
I know.
Thanks very much.
I want to congratulate you for good work here.
Thank you
very much.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I call that guy Moja, whatever, however it is pronounced. Dion Ngute's hitman. Dion Ngute's hitman in Boya. Dion Ngute's hitman in Boya. Now you will recall in the photo you just saw there on the screen. Let me put it there for you to see. Now look at that image. Look at that image. You see Dion Ngute, the colonial prime minister of La République du Cameroon. The colonial prime minister of La République du Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, appreciating the killer, the torturer. Look at your screen. You see Dion Ngute with Moja, appreciating him, ladies and gentlemen, for the hitman job that he does in Boya. Now that is the Prime Minister of Cameroon. The Prime Minister of Cameroon standing with that scumbag, with that coward called Moja. And what is the Prime Minister doing? The Prime Minister is empowering him. The Prime Minister is empowering Moja to do exactly what you find on your screen here. Ladies and gentlemen, picking up innocent people, torturing them, piercing them, and you can see them. You can see their own blood flowing all over the body. That is a hitman for the Cameroon government, directly supervised, directly under the supervision of their Prime Minister, Dion Ngute. Well, this is what I can once more, let me say this to every amber fighter out there, and especially within Boya, Victoria, Kumba, Indian, wherever that you may be, you give yourself off, you surrender yourself, and end up at the DDR centers. That is what will happen to you. That is exactly what they will do to you. And it is shameful, pathetic, that a whole prime minister, he calls himself the prime minister, will go out to fraternize with a killer, And yet they have the infantry to call some of us terrorists. That is the prime minister standing there with a terrorist called Moja. I just hope that Ambazonia Restoration Forces in FACO will take care of that young man called Moja, And we hope that the world will realize, the world will know that he is the hitman for Cameroon in Boya under the direct supervision of Dion Ngute. Let the world know that is exactly what that government does. All right. And I hope that Moja Moja knows. They say that 99 days for the thief, one day for the owner. Where is Patrick Ekema today? He thought he was invincible. After doing all that he did, all the carnage, the killings that he supervised in the city of Boya, it took just a day and in the twinkle of an eye for him to be disappeared. Moja Moja, you have 99 days and you can't go past that, sir. 99 days. Among those days, one will be for you. All right, I hope you get the message. Ladies and gentlemen, I will not take too much of your time. I will now take you to my monologue, and after my monologue, I will bring in my guests for the show, the presentation for the show tonight. So please, I ask you to stay put as I bring you the show tonight, which I title the singing, of course, I titled The Rise of the Amber Woman. But the subject of this presentation today is Cameroon sinking like a boat. Cameroon sinking like a boat, ladies and gentlemen. Cameroon sinking like a boat. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am now going to bring you my monologue for the day. And after again the monologue, I am going to bring in my guest, Lillian from Australia, the famous Amber woman who met the Australian Prime Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, again, it is going to be an exclusive interview. But before then, my monologue. Fellow Ambazonians, the one mistake that La République du Cameroon's technocrats and military strategists committed in this war on the southern Cameroons was in thinking that if they should just continue to kill our people, burn down our towns and our villages, and inflict as much pain and suffering on them as possible, that we will be demoralized, that the Ambazonia Restoration Forces would drop down their arms, surrender, and the war would have been over. The Republique du Cameroon thought in this strategy they have found an escape from the Swiss peace process, or anything peace process that avoids internationalizing the conflict. They failed to listen to the voice of reason and wisdom in their own Dieudonné Essomba. This is one man on their side, still upright enough, who warned them from the onset that waging war and trying to key their way to victory wasn't going to be the antidote. Dieudonné Essomba told those who cared to listen to him in La République du Cameroon, year in after year, to embrace or initiate genuine dialogue. But he was scorned. They scorn his wisdom and choose the brute method, hoping it did quickly dissolve the 2 cubes of sugar. Almost 5 years now, the 2 cubes of sugar refuse to dissolve, and La République du Cameroon finds herself in a nightmare as Ambazonians are only increasingly embracing the war and vowing to see the end of it. The DDRO Center are out of budget. The fake Amber are there beginning to escape in their numbers as hunger and lack sets in on them. Even those who are still there are being advised to find work anywhere in that damn country and leave. But this isn't the biggest news, ladies and gentlemen. Until recently, our only defense laid in the Ambazonia Restoration Forces. It is no longer the case. The biggest news is that within a brief period of time, we have seen our women, our mothers and sisters, picking up courage and steam to confront the Republique du Cameroon too. If some of them found arms, I believe they will indeed be in the front lines today with the forces. One thing is very obvious. The rape of their children hasn't demoralized them. The killing of their children and in some cases their husbands have failed to demoralize them. The burning down of their homes and making them destitute have also failed to persuade our women to get disillusioned. Not even the 1 million of them living in internally displaced camps are giving up hope for a free Ambazonia. They are not. Not even those wallowing in refugee camps wish that the war was over without a free Ambazonia. Nothing. The point is that the daily killings, the pogroms, and the arsons have only helped to stir up indignation and determination in us. But most importantly, the Ambazonian woman. Ambazonia women are now another force in this war that Cameroon waged on us. On their way, if they had their way, they will carry guns and explosives, and without flirting around in armored cars, without putting on any form of military gear, Ambazonia women, be they in the home front or at the diaspora, are beginning to wage the final onslaught that will break the back and resolve of La Republique du Cameroon. Let's not forget the kind of impact that the engagement of women in a struggle such as this can bring. The March of the Women in Paris during the French Revolution should be a reminder to those who want to underrate the engagement and the power of women in a conflict like ours. After Ambazonia wins this war, the Amba woman will be remembered as one of the formidable forces behind the victory. We have seen them manifest strength and bravery in the Tacumbens, in the streets of America and Europe. We saw them in Bamenda as they stood up against unelected colonial officials. They mounted the dais and vented their anger at the local colonial administration there for attempting to shut down their shops and to collect illegal taxes. We saw the Amba women in Fonmukete's palace defying colonial authority, preferring ghost towns to open shops. We saw them in Boya in front of Bernard Okalia's office, refusing compulsion from the colonial governor to have them confess that those killing their children are Ambazonia fighters. How can we forget objection in the face of Paul Atanganji and other colonial minions by that courageous Kumba woman whose only child French Cameroon forces cut down in the Kumba School massacre? All over the diaspora, more and more Amba women are increasingly picking up the bills of this war, some working double jobs and doing overtime to help fund the war, even more than the men folk. About 3 weeks ago, like in the fashion of the famous Kumba no objection lady, another brave and courageous Amber woman emerged in faraway Australia and prostrated at the feet of the Prime Minister of Australia and in tears pleaded for help. In spite of the tight level of security that travels and surrounds every president or prime minister, Lillian was able to squeeze her way through into the knees of Australia's prime minister. With tears running down her cheeks, in few seconds, she told the world about the monster genocide regime in Yaoundé. She told the world about the genocide that has cut short the lives of over 15,000 people in Ambazonia. She told the world about the dilemma of Ambazonians in the diaspora. Some can no longer go back home, and many are being denied asylum in foreign countries. Lillian wept, became an advocate for the asylee, and confessed that in her own family alone, she has lost 8 of her siblings in the war. She says she can no longer go home, as she will face uncertain death. I saw the Prime Minister, his cabinet members and parliamentarians wipe the cheeks of Lillian, assuring her that they will help. This is the power of the Amber woman. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I refer to from the beginning as a mistake that the regime in Yaoundé made. 8 people killed in one family alone. And you will think that the rest of the family will give up on the struggle, right? Absolutely not. Instead, if anything stirs up this woman and many like her, it is the spate of these genocidal crimes, the killings that La République du Cameroon unleashes on our communities on a daily basis. Fellow Ambazonians, please listen to the sound of my voice today. Every man and woman and child whose life has been cut short in this war must be avenged for. Again, we must avenge for every drop of blood that French Cameroon soldiers spill in our territory. Lamentation and throwing up of hands in empty air isn't going to do it. We must make La République du Cameroon to feel the level of pain and the indignities that they make our people to go through. Nobody, anybody speaking French in our territory, anybody wearing the uniform of French Cameroon military in Ambazonia, they are all legitimate targets for obliteration. They have killed enough, and I mean enough, of our people and burned down enough homes. How do you feel when you watch the smoke ascending from those burned homes in Kumbo, in Ndop, in Azi, in Moyuka, in Inwa, and you can name the rest? Those homes must be avenged for too. And do not forget, we have other targets in every La République du Cameroon colonial administrator, from their mayors to their governors. We must equally continue to decimate every economic asset that they still control and which still yields revenue for them in our territory. The International Monetary Fund and the World Bank is beginning to put an eye on our assets for auctioning. If we can muster more courage and gather more equipment to mangle all their economic assets that they still control, we would have dealt a death blow to their ability to finance this war. And by the way, how on earth do we allow them to reap our resources, sell them, and use the money to buy the guns that they use in killing our families. That will be cowardice of the highest order. At the beginning of this war and even recently, they signed trade deals with England and with the Chinese. The trade deals mortgage Ambazonia's mineral resources for a period of 100 years. They collected down payments in billions of US dollars and bought military equipment that they are now using in killing our families. We appreciate what the Ambazonia forces have begun to do, decimating French Cameroon military trucks by their numbers on a weekly basis. The pace at which we destroy them, their trucks, but has to increase. We encourage our fighters to more than ever before continue to target and to reduce those trucks to rubble. In every county, we urge the Ambazonia fighters to launch what I call Operation 1 Week, 1 Truck or Ammo Car. Operation 1 Week, 1 Truck or Ammo Car. And annihilate them. You multiply. Just imagine, ladies and gentlemen, just think about this. Every county, the 13 counties, bringing down a la republique du Cameroon military truck, just one in a week. And you multiply by 13, it gives you 13. You multiply by 1 month, it adds up. Just imagine. That is how we destroy them systematically. And by the end of the year, I can believe it would do that. Those trucks would have been over. You will come to the conclusion that by the end of the year, the Republique du Cameroon won't have any 1 truck left. All the other counties should begin to emulate the skills and technology being deployed in Boué, in Libialem, in Ngo Ketunsia, in Mayu, parts of Mezam like in Bafut and Bale, Fako and parts of Meme. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the way to victory. That is the strategy to victory. Operation 1 Truck, 1 county every week. Operation 1 Truck down in every county every week, ladies and gentlemen. You bring down 13 Cameroon trucks in a week and you multiply that by the month. In 6 months, we would have finished with them. We would have ended this war because they will have nothing to fight. Now, talk less about the men inside. I saw what happened in Bali yesterday. I'd like you to take a look, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look of this. Take a look here, please.
Yes, number 47 Kadadiso Road. Today, na 20.
All right. That is what I am talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Operation One County, One Truck a Week. Operation One County, One Truck a Week. If we can do this, if we have this properly executed, a lot of people to Cameroon will not have equipment to fight this war. As I said, the IMF is already squeezing them for their corruption. The IMF and the World Bank, they are about to begin to auction their assets, their economic assets. They will have no money to buy new equipment. So, I hope that our restoration force fighters, they're listening to me, and the target number one should be those trucks. The good thing is that you own your terrain, you own your territory, you master it. They will not find you. They cannot find you because you don't have to confront them. Operation One County, One Truck down every week. That is it. All right, I will now take you to my guests because I know they are about to rush out of here. It appears that Lillian is not connected. I don't see her here. Lillian, please go ahead and reconnect. I can't find you here. In the meantime, let me bring in our Foreign Affairs Secretary. Our Foreign Affairs Secretary, Comrade Elad. Comrade Elad, please shift a little bit to your right, centralize yourself, and bend down your camera a little bit. Thank you. One a little bit more to your right. Okay, perfect. So, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It's good to have you here. I hope you are having a great day here. Comrade Ganai is also there with me. I hope that Lillian joins back. I hope she didn't leave for work. We had some technical issues and it delayed the time of this broadcast. But let me bring in Comrade Elad. It's a pleasure having you, sir. I hope you are doing okay out there in Europe. Comrade Elad, you are frozen out there. Okay, let me see. Comrade Ghana, please centralize yourself to your right slightly. Comrade Elad, your volume is very low. Comrade Ghana, to your right, please. Comrade Ghana, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, please. Move slightly to the middle of your camera.
Is that better?
I didn't see you move.
Yeah. Is that better?
All right, let's see if we can manage that. Something is just not just going right today. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Secretary Chris.
All right. It appears that Lillian left for work.
I can't see her online. I've tried reaching her. I don't know what's happening.
Comrade Ghana, I don't know. Something is wrong with your footage. You talk. We hear you, but we don't see you moving. Can you log out and log back in immediately, please? Let me get to Secretary Elad. Secretary Elad, you listened to my monologue a few minutes ago. Tell me, Cameroon is sinking like a boat. And we are saying to every Ambazonian restoration fighter there on the ground, they have to up their game and bring down a truck a day. Am I wrong with that? Comrade, you didn't hear me? You can't hear me. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, something is just not right here technically. I am going to end this broadcast abruptly for these reasons. You can see even from my own camera there is a delay, and other comrades there is also a delay that we don't know where that is coming from. We can't get their audio, we can get their body language movement. So we will end this broadcast. I will come back to you later in the week with a very special presentation, and I hope that we'll be able to have Lillian back and also this technical issue resolved. So my apologies, just nothing that we can do here in the studio. People are complaining out there, no volume, no sound for the guests. So sorry about that. We'll call it a day here, and again I will make sure that I come back to you on Friday. Good night.
Fellow Ambazonians, dear countrymen, despite the hike in targeted summary execution of our innocent people by Perdia's killer squads, I still believe we are now at the twilight of our political daybreak, emptying the combined worth and wealth of a lifetime fortune into the country of our collective dream.
A place we can surely call home.
At last, my people, the wind of total liberation is sweeping through Amazonia, our priceless inheritance.
The land of our forebears.
A place we can surely call home.
A few years ago, a vicious dictator declared war on our sovereign nation of Amazonia. It is a war we did not seek nor provoke, but are determined to muster every strength we can harness and continue sending the message to our enemy that we have risen to call home.
We have paid dues for everything. We pay tax for goods we buy. We pay fuel in our cars. We pay hospital bills and the dues for all other sacrifices.
I can give all I have for the one hope that I have.
Because I hate my theology. I'm a nation proudly Amazonian.
Let's get it straight. The freedom of Amazonia will not depend on the free will of her enemies.
Independence will be but days away if we get it right with our CID.
My dear comrades, I am appealing to every Ambazonian to register with the CID program.
We have no control over our distorted history, but with our CID, we can set the pace and determine the future of Amazonia.
Yes, the hope for the future is in our hands. As an Amazonian, my identity is complete. My right is guaranteed. My vote will always count as I pay my CID.
As an Amazonian, I will shape the future with my CID.
With your CID of just $10 per month, the interim government is contract to fulfill all that you wish to be done.
Let us build the freedom mentioned from the little blood, which is our CID levy.
There will be food for everyone, hope for every child, justice for every citizen when we pay our CID levy.
Yes, the dream we can realize
With my compulsory independence dues, CID, I have the opportunity to give to the next generation a greater nation, better than we inherited.
Yes, CID program is freedom made easy, freedom made cheap, freedom for Amazonia now.